So, welcome to introduction to Dockers and containers. So, what are containers? So, a container is a lightweight and executable and standalone package. So, what is Docker used for, and what does the standalone package means? So, it means that would contain everything that would be needed to run a piece of software. And what this soft piece of software would contain? It would contain code, runtime, system tools, and libraries, settings. So what is a container? So a container would be one, a package applications with all necessary dependencies and configurations. Yeah. So what would be a container? So it would package everything. Uh, Package applications with all necessary dependencies. What is the second point of the container are that they are portable. So that means that can be shared in an environment. And third thing that what they do is simplify both the development and deployment. So what is a Docker? So a Docker is a tool that is used for containerization. It helps you build, package and run application inside containers. So whatever we discussed up here, a Docker is used for that. Docker is a tool used for containerization and helps you build, package and run applications. So in Docker there are multiple uh, terminologies. So we'll go one by one. So what is a Docker image and containers inside Docker? So a Docker image is a read-only template with instructions to create a container. And what does it contain? It contains the OS operating system, base layer, plus the application code and dependencies. So, for example, it would have a Python image and then file and then app code. What would be a Docker container? It would be a running instance of Docker image. So It is where the environment where your application will run. The application will run. Docker container or like would be small and lightweight and in a way similar to a VM. Okay, let's leave it. So let's compare Docker versus virtual machine. Docker versus virtual machine. So a Docker contains app layer. It is small, fast, high portability, and share host OS kernel. Uh, with a VM, you would have its own kernel and more flexibility here. This would be the opposite of this. So low and large, and rather than getting the application layer, it would have the full OS. So basic Docker file. So with the basic of Docker file, we would have from Python 3.8 file. Then we would have the work directory, work dir or slash app. Then we would have copy command to copy whatever is inside our app, inside the Docker. Then a command to install all the dependencies. And then we have a command to Python and app.py within brackets. So this is just a demo of like what a basic Docker file would look like. Now let's see some basic Docker commands. So a Docker to build a Docker image, we would use Docker build dash t and the username slash the desktop of the host. Then in order to view images, we would just simply write Docker images. Then run docker container report mapping. So for this we would type docker run dash p port and port number. Let's say our app is named demo app. And to show, we would just simply say docker ps. And to stop a container, we would say docker stop container id id inside here. And let's say we want to remove a Docker image. So we could say Docker image rm remove dash f and then app name. Your name is whatever. And then if you wanna push an image to Docker Hub, push an image to Docker Hub. So we would say Docker push username dash app name dot latest. Then there is something called Docker Compose. So what does Docker Compose do? It's help define and run multi-container application. We would have a Docker Compose file dot yml, and when it is used when we have a backend, a database, and some cache system. So an example of this would be like this. So we would like specify this version, then list the services of web, build ports, and then environment, specify the environment, and then specify the database we are using. So a sample Docker file for a Docker Compose would look like this. Mm, So sample Docker file would look like this for a project. So from Python, what directory is app, environment is Flask, and environment Flask run host, and then we are copying the contents of the app and then installing the requirements, exposing the port, and the command to run the application. So some basic Docker compose commands would be these. So to activate your environment, you would activate it using, if you are using conda activate deployment, then you would build and start all services. This is the main command that is used mostly. If you want to stop, you would write docker compose stop, and if you want to view images, you would use docker images, and if you want to remove all images, you would remove images. But usually we don't remove images just like that, because like that would disturb our workflow. Then there are a concept of Docker volume. So, so Docker volume allows you to persist data outside of container file system and prevent redeployment. And yeah, this would be a general overview of what is Docker and how things function inside Docker. I will also share my notes in the comment. So, but yeah, so that is for this video.